Alright, StarCraft Brood War Game of the Week. I think we're going to do a sneaky little doubleheader. Game 1 and then the rematch from last Friday. The map is Antihunters 3.5. We got the classic Antihunters 3 versus 3. Let's go. And we have B. Harley Jarvis in the upper left. Tittleman's Crest playing a red Zerg. Go mine! There he goes. And Big Cheese down here. That's team number 1. Yellow Terran. And against a gray Zerg, Anonymous. A pink Zerg, WLSXX. Said his name is just a gibberish name, so I'll have to come up with some sort of moniker for that. And then in the upper right, we have our Mixed Weird. These are some Friday regulars on the Antihunters Friday Night Noobs Game of the Week, which is about 10 Pacific time on US West Battle.net playing StarCraft. The good old StarCraft. No, maybe you're hyped about the ASL, which is happening right now, but this might be where the real action is. The old NSL, the Noob StarCraft League. So, got some good players here. Mixed Weird and WLSX, very strong players. Usually the victors in these matches, but they're paired with someone who, judging on that APM, maybe a bit even more noob than the usual characters. We got Anonymous doing an overpull here, and we got Tittleman's Crest, looks like also doing an overpull, so, albeit with less droning. Still haven't put a pull down over here, but he's got a hatch out in front of his choke. WLSX. We got 2 gate. And we got 2 gate. Mirror builds on top. And we got, looks like 2 barracks going down for Big Cheese. Maybe some Marine Medic. Creep Colony on the extreme far left side of the base. I guess important area to defend. And a spawning pool going. More drones. He's droning hard. Keeping up in that respect. Extractor, spawning pool, and he's gonna throw down 6 lings over here on the way. Can't tell if he did hatchery first or pool first, but a little skirmishing going on. Already making Marines. We're still mirroring up here. Yes, our Protoss players are mirroring. 3 zealots in production total. Map is Antihunters here, which is a 6-person map, pretty open. Zealots getting active up here right off the bat. 6 Zerglings chilling, got a nice defensive sunken. Got a sunken here also. And a sunken here. Alright, he's covering his bases. Looks like he wants to do another one. Nothing big happened yet. Drawn up in an Evo chamber. Got 2 hatcheries, 2 hatcheries. He must have gone hatch first up here. He's making his forward sunken and 3rd hatchery going down. He's going big macro up here. As he's wont to do. Mixed Weird's getting active on the map with these zealots here. He's putting 5 out there. Looks like Jarvis is guarding his choke. I'm not afraid to go roaming with these down here. Looks like we got some action here. He's pushing in, he's pushing in. Might be able to take out that Overlord, but they're going for more than that. Double Sunkens are be a good call. They're diving anyway. Got 1. This one looks like it's going to go down too. His teammates are, looks like coming down to help is WLSX. 3rd hatchery going down. We got drones dying, which is always bad for Zerg. More drones dying. Red's trying to focus that spawning pool, and Pink has showed up to help. But looks like not quite going to be able to crack this 3 Marine. Well, now the Marines are going in. Marines are diving on drones. Got the bunker going up. Zealots up top are moving down. And I think in response, Jarvis is going to send his Zealots in to try to counter the back door. Did the bunker get up? Oh, he gets one guy, one Marine in the bunker. That's problematic. But meanwhile, Blue sees the opening and is going to come in and try to do some damage to Pink, who's starting to make Dragoons, which are not going to help too much. So he's sending his Zealots back. We got another group of Marine just Marine moving out over here. So these Zealots are rid of the defense. It looks like Purple's thought about countering. He saw the D and decided to come back and save his own. We got Zealots going crazy out here. Dragoon's getting caught. These Zealots are still walking around here back and forth. It's weird. Needing to make a decision, it looks like. Zealots not doing much down here, and yellow and red are coming to finish the job. But the Zealots are coming home. And looks like finally making it back home. These Zealots should be able to clean this up. And we have Hydra Link coming in from our Zerg player on the right side. These 2 Zealots hanging out, bravely damaging pylons. And our Gray Zerg, possibly very newbie players, not long for this world, this map. And looks like Zerg and Protoss do come home to save it, and decent amount of probes, 11 probes. He's cannoning up, says I'm not gonna die. In fact, I'm gonna go Robo, try to get back in your face, follow you all the way back home. This unit's just hanging out, reveling in the glory of taking out a player. Looks like Jarvis is trying to aggro this group of Zealots. Pink is cycling down. Pink up to 26 drones. He's been droning hard behind this though. So they lost a teammate, but he's setting himself up to be a pretty big macro force. And McSweer is going to check that and say maybe not going to die. These Zerglings coming up to help maybe just in case. And they're going to move back down also. 2 Sunkens, a few of these guys. What's he doing in his main? He's got his lair. Maybe he'll grab Lurker here. Got the Marine group and the Zealots. Zealots come all the way back down again. And they're not going to be able to fight here. And meanwhile, threatening his main again. So he's going to come back up. He's going to come back and assist up here. And this group is choosing to stay in the middle. We got +1s Marines. More than 12 of them. With stim and everything. Standing pat here in the middle. Which is maybe not the best move considering everything else is occupied. Looks like this force here could pretty much wipe out these guys here. Probably not too good of these Hydras to poke this bear. And then fighting the Lings alone. They are going to give a fight here, which is not going to go too good against these +1 Marines. +1 Marines, 2 SCVs. Really strong group here over here. Hydras, no upgrades yet. Stay in the middle. Looks like they're gonna really defend this middle position. Reaver's out, which should make this a much harder target now, especially for those Marines. but they're standing pat, getting expos. Our Terran is getting up there in workers, 31 workers, but our Zerg is also pretty strong, although it looks like he's just going. He's got full saturation on his bases, and he's just pumping Hydras right now, and getting Lurker upgrade, probably for those Marines. 2 Sunkens and 12 Hydras. We got more than 12 Marines. And a bunker in the middle with 2 missile turrets. Alright. And this Reaver's out. Uh-oh. Should Reaver shuttle out. He's going to go over and see what he finds. Let's take a look at his vision there. What's he going to find for damage-wise? Not too much projection. Got 3 Lurkers. Pretty good D. Jarvis has Dragoons out. But the Reaver is the difference maker. Possibly. Let's see how he plays it. Taking some damage on that. Oh, in range of that cannon. Trying to get it out and trying to get it back. He's finding the sweet spot. Okay, looks like he found it. We got a probe here. Hero probe says, I'm not scared. I can take you out. Meanwhile, pressing his front in response. Hero probe. Does he get the kill there? This probe gets the kill. There you go. Score 1 for the probes. Alright, 2 Lurkers and Hydras. Probably making another Reaver, right? No? He's going for Goons now. Still got the shuttle. And a whole bunch of defense here. A whole bunch of drones. Hey, we got drop overlords, so we saw the middle situation. And he said, I'm not going to go through the middle. I'm going to take the path of least resistance here. And he's going for the drop. Let's see. We got 6 Overlord drop. Lots of Lurkers. And some. He's got turrets up. He's sending more to the middle. They worried for a full frontal assault, but these guys are all in defensive mode. Now, let's see. 3 turrets, pretty good. Too much for D. They're going to take out any of these Overlords. He's going to get it. Looks like the drop gets out, though. How much is it? We got more coming. The Overlords might die. We got 11 Hydras, 1-1. Everything's 1-1, and 2 Lurkers. Getting those Lurkers down in a pretty tough spot. And Big Cheese is running back. Up here we got Jarvis fighting in the Protoss battle. But this... Alright. Coming back to try to clean this up. The vision on... I guess I have vision on the Lurkers. There's only 2 Lurkers here. Oh, but those Lurkers are doing some work. This is a meat grinder here. He's losing everything. Pop, pop, pop. No. Does not look good for the defense on that drop here. He's got basically erased 10 and 16 kills on these Lurkers. No joke. And he's lifting off and evacuating here. There's nothing left to stop these guys. Okay, he's going long game. These Lings aren't going to help much. And meanwhile, Mixed Weird up here is stabilized. They have pretty much even this game. 11 kills, 17 kills, everything's running away. Got a lonely siege tank. Dying. Holding the middle decently. Looks like these guys slipped through. This drop has created abject chaos down here. Mixed Weird is back in the game. Pretty much. He's taking his expo. Now we're back to a 2v2. He's trying to salvage to the middle. Taking a third base as our Zerg player, and he's undying Hydra horde down here. Looks like it's going to clean up all this. SP's in there. We got floating buildings everywhere. Uh-oh. Here comes a big Lurker burrow bust. Blue is coming down to try to help this. They have obs. A little bit. They're gonna lose that obs when the turrets go. Yep, we got invisible lurkers. Blue cannot save the salvaged base attempt there from Big Cheese. These Hydras are going to push all the way down, all the way down. 4 lurkers in the middle. 2 lurkers over here, another lurkers over here. More kills for these. 21 kill lurker right here. And 2-2. He's not messing around with his upgrades. 3rd base up. Saturating. Good drop, says Big Cheese. Indeed. Get those lurkers right at the entrance, and the Marine Medic is hard to come back. Lurkers will shred them. Especially if they come back one at a time. 2 Reavers slow walking out. Looks like our Protoss players up here are just kind of trading blows. It's a good storm. Ultras, there we go. Ultras would take care of those lurkers. Even lurkers can't penetrate that 5 carapace. Skirmishing, that's a good Reaver. Oh, good storm on those Reavers though. You got another one? Got enough Bottom Dragoons, and looks like Blue's gonna eke this out. We got Hydras all the way into the main over here. Ultras are come back, handle that. We got a bunch more coming out too. He's chasing down these lurkers with his 3 Marines, but at this point, looks like Pink is just ripping off pretty big armies, big macro. Can't hold it. Rip it. 3 Marines is nothing against this. Not with the red player back in his base dealing with that. Looks like we got a Ling Ultra fight, but that's just too many Hydralisks. Ultras go down. Ling's getting shredded. It's all the way back, pushed all the way back. He's floating buildings. He's still got his command center, but this looks like these Hydras are going to take it. Some Hydras up here. 2. He's everywhere to bolster his D, but on top of the rally points. He's going to put more Ultras out, but he's right on top of the Hive. So she's actually just going to try to snipe the Hive here. Let's see if these Ultras and Lings, where they rally to. It's all sorts of chaos in this one. Yeah, we're going to do a little bit. Not enough. There's an Ultra popping out, but it's going to get focused down for sure. 2 Ultras are going to try. There you go. They're tough. They got 4-2. He's got his upgrades, but our Zerg player is the upgrade champ on this one. One more Ultra. Sprout more Ultras, trying to spend that money. These are going down, these are going down. These are the endless Hydra army. And now we're down to 2 against 1. 3 base. It's 2 bases, trying to get another one up. These hatcheries are gonna fall. And looks like that escalated quickly. Hero Ultras getting on top of Hydras. Hydras in mass, look at that ranged attack. Trying to take a 4th base here. The storms. It's a good storm on the Dragoons. Reaver's going for it. That's a good shot on the Zealots. Storming in response. Oh, caught him. Caught the Reaver. One last Scarab does some damage though. It's pretty much just a matter of time at this point. Good recovery from Purple Protoss here. He's up to 5 gates. He's got 41 probes. He's doing very well. And let's see. Yeah, the Zerg's up here. Take out this attempt. The storms down here. Looks like they're all stormed out. They're all going down. Let's put it on 2x. These buildings valiantly floating their way home. GG's called. Alright. So there's a 20-minute game 1 for you from these combatants. Let's quick look at the stats. Yep, pretty rough game. Pretty rough game after taking out the first player. 291 kills versus the closest to that, 89. This is really a game where Zerg ran away with the macro Zerg. It is a play. It is a definite play. Huge scores here. Way more resources. And even Mixed Weird bounced back pretty strong after taking all that damage in the beginning. Alright. But luckily, there's always another chance with the StarCraft. So there was a rematch. There was a rematch on this one. So exact same teams. Let's see what happens this time. We got Anonymous, Mixed Weird, WLSXX, Woolsix. Bottom left, he's Zerg again. Zerg Protoss, so the same race as here. It's like Jarvis is Zerg this time. Tittleman's is Protoss, so they switched Zerg and Protoss, and Big Cheese over here, yellow. Let's look at the map really quick. This is Antihunters. It's a 6-player map. It's a little more open than most of the 3v3 maps out there, which is pretty good. If you're a BGH or even a fastest player, you know, it's all about the chokes and this and that. And basically, if you're Terran or Protoss, I'd say you have a big advantage on BGH. But the good thing about this map is that, you know, you can play a little Zerg game and you know, mass expand, as we saw in the last game. You know, it can be really effective. Whereas in BGH, as a Zerg player, you know, you got your early game, but you can't really fill out the map and keep a base advantage on your opponents, which seems like a lot of the BGH games end up with siege tanks over water chasms, or, you know, carriers over the same water thing. It's really confined quarters really kind of help out those two kinds of styles. But on Antihunters, it seems like you can play more of a tournament style kind of map. But let's see how it plays out. Looks like hatch first. He's going big macro. It seems like his go-to strategy this day. Hatch first, 12 hatch. And we got another 2-gate from Mixed Weird. Looks like we did a hatch first over here from Jarvis too. Looks like a 9 hatch or something, so a little bit quicker hatchery, but less drones behind it. Big Cheese kind of doing the same thing as last game too. And Anonymous, got to get that creep colony out before the spawning pool. That's the new meta. And Red is taking a gas and doing a forge, so he's looking to maybe tech up and still have the option to throw down the cannon if he feels a need for defense. It's a sunken colony sort of in the middle of the base. It's kind of good. Oh, we got core over here. It's not double gates. He's going core and quick gas, so we'll see what he does with that. But he's also getting the forge too, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if cannon rush or something in the offing maybe. Blue is scouting the 3rd hatchery down here. So this team knows about the macro anyway. Big macro. 3 hatches, 16 pop. He is setting up to do big Zerg player here. Our other team Zerg's doing a quick layer though on a low drone count. And we got 4 zealots up here moving out. Got the cannon behind. Got a couple gateways. Getting the gas. Looks like this hatchery is going to get snuffed out by these 4 zealots. Nope, canceled that. Gonna get it back too. This player likes to throw down the side sunken. His 4 zealots are gonna dive though. And starting to take hits from all 3 sunkens. Now 2. Did force the cancel on the expo. But it looks like they're gonna get cleaned up. 3 hatch and droning up. 17 drones over here. Got Zergling staying home, not doing much. And we got a little DT rush down here. Did he even get range for his goons? It's sort of a funky place to put a cannon. Alright, over here, left side, we got Barracks. He's a Marine medic, man. He's probably going to pop out some medics here. I imagine he'll probably want to move out with that. Not sure if he's got stim or not. I think Zerg players committed to defense, and meanwhile the other team Zerg players going for those quick mutas. He's got a spire down already, and decent gas bank, so he'll probably start throwing down mutas, which could be a problem. Although he's popping hydras. See what this little marine group does. See if he has stim yet. Doesn't have, just started stim, so he's got his medics though, and he's roaming out in the middle. This small zealot group is going to get located, but there's a DT follow. And they know what the DT's and that sounds means strikes panic into a Terran's heart. He did get his eBay down. He's getting his comm sats immediately, so he heard the DTs, but the DTs are going up north. More DTs coming. He's going for a Hydra build. This seems like what he did last game. Quick upgrades, speed, range, sunkens just in case somebody tries to bust him. Got a cannon back here, just seems to help out his buddy over here. This little Marine medic group got scared off by the DTs. DT's hanging out over here. Not gonna do too much. Might murder those Zerglings. They're backing off. ZTs are gonna probe the front, but by now he's got the turret up, so maybe a missed opportunity with the DTs for sure. Maybe if they ace AP and go for the Terran, he's gonna get him before turrets, but looks like these mutas are flying into a base with nothing that shoots up. Plenty that shoots down. Up. This one cannon here is maybe preventing. He's starting another one for his teammate, which might help him a lot, but keep his drones alive. But these mutas are going to be able to do some damage. It's a lot of sunken to try to break. DT's making this move out by zealots pretty much impossible. Got the robo, probably gonna try to do some observers to help. But Hydra's coming up all the way from the bottom. Push away this small group of mutas. Taking out a sunken, forcing more. Anyway, Hydra's gonna come up and go get a muta there, actually. Keeping an eye on things is this DT. Some intel for Team North, that's for sure. Looks like they got the ground covered at the vision. Looks like good muta defenses everywhere. So they might not be able to, the mutas will probably not be able to do too much. But they're gonna go looking for damage. 8 mutas right now. More coming. Fly down here. Poke in. Not willing to dive on that spore. Come down here and maybe that's a soft spot here. Lose a muta. Still 7 left though. Gonna take out that cannon, and then a big chunk of this mineral line is available for damage here. Just kind of skirmishing with this Terran over here, but there's the scan. Is he gonna get the tank? Pops the tank, but he's gonna lose 3 DTs there. And then white, seeing the mutas down here maybe, who are doing some good work down here. Gonna send up a force to the blue to force them back home, which is a good move. At least appears to be. This Evo chamber is gonna die, but maybe it buys some time. But red's gonna come down to help. And the mutas are back, so let's see. Maybe 18 Hydras versus 8 mutas and 3 Sunkens. Zergling's popping and red's coming back to sandwich. It looks like Hydras are going to take out the muta force, but they're going to pay the price here. Maybe it was worth it though to get those mutas out of the base of pink. But meanwhile, we got our Terrans got their expo up, which is big, and there's still only 2 bases here for the ever upgrading WLSXX. Getting drop on his overlords again. Oh, 3 mutas, it looks like Jarvis is going to send back up north. Then, hey, maybe I can, 3 mutas can still kill overlords, right? Anonymous got a pretty good drone count. Still rocking this, sunken party. Well, won't die. And yellow's deciding to get out to their bridge and just kind of just like poke down with a little bit what they got. Maybe saying this is a little too hot across the bridge. Move back. Bunker going up. A little bit roaming over here. But holding a bridge, at least making Team South down there think about what they're doing. Got the observer with the group here now, so DT's neutralized, but looks like he's moving on from that to just kind of mass gateway man, forge, robo, all that good stuff. 2 bases. Always nice to have a high Templar just chilling in your base just as a emergency. Poking across the bridge down here again. To me, it is just being annoying. Alright, we got lurkers burrowing. That's a pretty good angle. Expoing. Siege tanks goes down. Lurkers erase some more marines from the field. Siege tank's gonna range them, but they're just gonna move back. Up here we got these lings. And purple player was trying to test the red player. Who's pretty solid D. He's got zealots and dragoons. This group is going to get brought back also. Sneaking out with another group of Hydras is Team White. Looks like that attack's going to fail. Team White's coming over here to blue player that is rebuilt, but is kind of in the process of droning up. These are 2/2 Hydras, which are no joke. 2 mutas on the rally point get evaporated. These Hydras are going to bust in, start knocking down the Sunkens. Uh-oh, these lurkers will be a problem, but here comes the observer. And it looks like, again, this is just enough down here to prevent too much damage being done to the blue Zerg player. So another kind of a dive here by Zerg player up here. But he's managed to hold his side of the bridge. But at the same time, our Terran is just getting bigger. 44 SUVs for Big Cheese. Whole bunch of D. He said, "You're not gonna drop me this game." 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 turrets as natural. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 turrets at the bridgehead. This is the kind of slow Terran that really really feels like they're turning the screws on you sometimes, though, with that Terran push. There's buildings everywhere, but they're still using the open bridgehead to get armies out in the map, like this purple one. Purple's got an army here. Solid. Couple Templars. Lots of goons. No upgrades, but definitely potent. Mutas are just kind of roaming around. Being annoying. Kind of holding space, though, in the middle. But it looks like our Terran is trying to take this bridge. Got 1-1 on the bio. Red's gonna try green over here. Try to get you before these Sunkens get down. It looks like it's gonna do the trick. But purple is also saying, you know, attack my buddy, and that means you might not be at home. He's gonna get all the way up into this natural, and still got 4 storms. Interesting choice to make an Archon with full energy. Could really use these units. There he goes, bringing him back home. Could have had 4 storms on those Templars, but he's going with the Archon. And he's going to take out that Expo. Looks like we had a push in the middle that was held at the bridges. This long arm of those siege tanks can go a long way. More Muta harassment. This fight's still going on, but you gotta think the rallies are gonna take care of it here. Well, he's gotta retreat. Yeah, you know, if 4 storms could have really made a problem up here for the red player. I mean, if he gets in, pops that cannon, he might be able to do catastrophic damage. He uses those storms before he swaps him out for an Archon. But it's still looking like a good match. Like, Anonymous up here, questionable sunken usage aside, he's up to 40 drones, which is super healthy economy on 2 bases. So he's gonna have a lot of money. Rallying zealots, be able to come back and clean this up, because it's like reinforcement's not gonna be possible with this Terran covering the bridges down here. Trying to cross the bridge again here. So let me get on that rally point. Siege tank on the rally point is a good thing. Stim. 2-2 Hydra versus 1-1 Marine with 3 siege tanks in the back. So you gotta think Terran's gonna have an advantage here. Yeah. That's rough. That's rough for a Zerg player. I think rallies are getting hit. Taking this position is pretty strong. But throwing down a bunch of lurkers. These mutas are continually harassing the spot. Nothing to challenge him. Let's see if he tries to throw a storm down. Meanwhile, rally points are being taken. Sunkens are getting popped. Extremely annoying stuff. Looks like he's trying to storm the mutas. Mutas taking a lot of damage, but taking a couple Templars with him. Now he's trying to break this rally point siege he's got. But scans are timely. He's going to range these, and I think that his attempt to take back his side of the bridge is going to be pushed back. Might lack for a little coordination there with his Protoss partners. I don't know. Maybe too busy trying to protect this third base he's trying to get. Meanwhile, third base coming up for Teal Zerg player, which has got a pretty good defense here. Lurkers, Hydras, +1 on them, swapping drones. You know, he's growing. There's some fighting happening. Zergling's running around. Some mutas out here too. Zerg is still trying to get a little space with these lurker attacks, but it's not going to do the trick. Siege tank bridges are pretty strong. Green's coming down here. That could be a juicy storm if he gets it down. Could be. Oh, there he goes. The second one's pretty good. But I don't think he has vision. Maybe no vision, can't see. Can't hit what you can't see, right? Looks like blue's gonna come up here. I don't know if he has vision either. Looks like he doesn't. Oh, these lurkers are going to town, even though they're also damaged. Realizing, there's the observer. Now they can come in proper and finally clean up this third, push green back a little bit. Green is, of course, sunkening up, as he is wont to do. Oh, we got a mass shuttle play happening over here. Mass shuttle, 55 probes. Macro is on point. He's finally got that third base up and going. Plenty of cannons, and he's gonna go for the main over here. Well, blue sends down some guardians. It's a pretty good grip of units here in the main. Purple, lots of storms. This could be a problem. And purple doesn't have too many units out here. A couple ultras here. Some hydras. Let's see what they can do with this here. These guardians are going to come over and help. It's full. There's one storm going down. That storm's a whiff. Oh, we got down here. Blue sneaked his mutas back over there to harass the back, and he's gonna get some pretty deep damage, needing some help. And we got the dark storm coming up. He's trying to break the bridge, but the lurkers are getting caught. Not able to get very far. Just gets one down under that dark swarm. Looks like these are gonna get pushed back, you think. And then this is still going over here. Lots of damage in the main and blue over here. Another storm goes down. Still got plenty. Damage potential is still here, but he's sort of distracted maybe. Crackling's coming in. Eventually gonna kill it. Lots of storms left on here. Suicide storms coming. Going for drones. Wow. These guardians are doing some work on this expo, not able to mine it at all. Pushing back the guardians here only to... That is tough. Guardians over the cliffs is tough. Can't really see too much. There we go. From their perspective. And now, meanwhile, the bridge is fully covered in siege tanks. We got easily got 12 siege tanks plus on that bridge. And from Team South's perspective, it looks like they are running into some tough times down here. We do have a Nidus canal over here. Might be thinking of Nidusing blue, which would be a good move, honestly. Got to get a Templar over here, something to throw a storm down on these Guardians. They're just doing the work down here. Looks like green is still doing okay on 2 bases. Poking out with these shuttles, kind of giving up on breaking that bridge, although he does have Defiler tech somewhere. Maybe he got killed at the hive. Scanning happening. He's kind of probing with this. He's probably looking to put a Nidus down, but Scourger there knocked that down. Did no Nidus to me. No exit for this Nidus canal. And not able to claim this third expo. Really just needs to maybe throw a storm down over here or something. Red's pushing in on Sunken Man, and that's a lot of sunkens. He's got 2-1, but still. That's a lot of sunken. Looks like he's going for a little Buta switch here, too. Oh, here come the speed shuttles. Says I'm gonna get around this. I'm gonna get around this siege tank wall. And he's finding pretty good damage over here. Solid army, bunch of storms. He's gonna take out that 4th base, I think. And meanwhile, another drop happening. He's trying to reload him up. Man, a storm on these Marines would be killer. Get it, get it, get it! Oh, no storms. Storms are not very timely. He's gonna get into the main over here. Cause some problems. Maybe. Red's pressing on the expo of green, but in the meantime, green is taking out the expo of red, so a little bit of base trading up here. Looks like these Marines will come back and clean it up. Down here, we're gearing up more lurkers. Got his defiler mound back, so it's got to be popping more defilers, which changed the game. Now we got two attack lurkers right on the expo. These dragoons are just. There's a good storm. It's a good storm from red, taking those guys out. These guys are still right on that choke. It's gonna be hard to break them. Looks like blue's coming to help out though. Oh, here comes the irradiate. He's got a big old ball of science vessels. It's the kryptonite of it all, but plenty of defilers here also. And holy siege tank, look at that. These bridges are about as defended as bridges can get. And he sees the defilers and he says, nah, we gotta get rid of these guys. The defilers are Terran's bane for sure. I don't see a lot of fire bats over there either. But you gotta micro them. Puts down 2 dark swarms, but those dark swarms aren't on the tanks themselves. Looks like Protoss is gonna try to use it, but swarms need to be progressively further out. It's not gonna do it. Oh, here we go. He's putting down a swarm there. He's got more. Oh! Long arch at the siege tank takes him out though. Let's push. I think it has enough. These slings are running to a meat grinder. All these lurkers aren't doing him much good down here. If you could get a swarm, dark swarm right there and get all 6 of those lurkers under it, I would say this position would be toast, but it's like our Protoss players taking advantage of the dark swarm pretty well, but oh. And here's the hammer dropping here, the blue players coming down. Blue player says, you know, I've been doing a little bit of that macro zerg myself. He's coming down with a whole bunch of ultras, which don't care about dark swarm. They don't really care about lurkers either. They're just gonna, after the failed attack, they're just gonna bash in the front. Yeah, plague would probably be best for those, but these defilers aren't long for this game. Red took a heck of a damage from a teal. It still doesn't have a expo up, but looks like teal's attack kind of ran out of gas. You got the radiate cloud coming down. Everything's getting hit. Starting to bring his army over, and he's throwing in the towel. That's a GG. That's a GG. It looks like Team North here is going to take it. Managed to pull out the win in the rematch, which is good stuff. Always good. I think this is just one, but yeah. Teal is says, you know, I made all these units, might as well use them. Everybody's coming up here. Let's just, yep. Anyway, so the rematch is won by the opposite team. Another good game. Still, very strong players. The Mixed Weird Protoss, WLSXX, the Zerg. They managed to get to contain this time and then slowly ground down. That's some good teamwork by the other team. And you know what? Why don't we do 3 replays this week? What the heck? There's a lot of good games last week. It's a lot of good games. Let's see what happens on this game. This game is on Hunter's Hot Seat, which is a brand new map. Looking like this. It's an 8-player map with 1 spot, a starting position in the middle. So the starting position is on high ground to make it a little more defensible, as it is the hot seat. But it does have 1 open ramp entrance, pretty defensible, but it also has a back entrance with 3 destroyable buildings down here that can be opened up in case somebody else wants to get in or they want to get out. Well, it's kind of a different look to the map. A little bit open, but still, that's more corridors. It's kind of hard to avoid some tight quarters on a 8-person map using this size. It's the same size as BGH, and I think most fast is 128 by 128. This one has neutral sunkens in case there's a Zerg spawn here, so the neutral sunkens will activate and spread the creep all the way up here. So if you are a Zerg, you can put a sunken on your ramp, or your back ramp, without having to use drones to make sunkens to get there. So the teams here, we got black, teal for shiz, Mixed Weird in the middle, and WSXX over here. 1, 2, 3, and then Anonymous. So it's kind of like a rematch of the last map, but we added in Dabman for the one team, and then the other team is getting this teal for shiz player. Dabman's a orange gateway. Got Tittleman's Crest back to playing Zerg, and Jarvis is back to playing Protoss. Big Cheese is Terran. 2 barracks in the refinery, so maybe we're rushing medics or just gonna get ready for a factory follow-up. Anonymous is going for a quick hatchery with a no quick creep colony, so maybe he's kind of evolving his game. He's like, maybe I don't need to make a creep colony before I make everything else. Maybe. He's gonna try that out anyway. Got a Terran wall off with a bunker. 3 gates from Dabman, so we're looking at lots of zealot pressure. And the hot seat player, Mixed Weird, is getting a cannon. It's good, kind of a good spot. It can shoot over the ramp and still guard his main. Playing a little defensively, and he's putting a cannon down here also to guard this ramp, just in case somebody tries to bash in the back door. Alright, so 3 zealots on the move from up here, coming down. Lair this time from WLSX, but he still has his quick hatch, but only 3 Zerglings here. He's droning pretty hard. It looks like he wants to make a sunken, but the sunken is not going to be in time, and the other team has showed up in a big way over here. not looking like he's going to get too much help either, as his teammates have gone defensive. He's trying to make some panic sunkens over here, but they're going to get smacked down here pretty quick, and very quickly it looking like WLSXX is going to be out of this game before about 5 minutes in. Even putting a bunker down in here to ensure. Orange is here, red is here, blue is here, and yellow is here. We have a 4-on-1 rush. There's not much you can do about that. Some tech coming up, though, which could change the game. Got some more tech. So there might be a big swing in the middle of the game. I don't see anything else coming to help. Hydrogen. Kind of an involved sunken placement from our anonymous player here. Just really using the choke now, which is, you know, kind of a big deal. Looks like WLSXX is sending some drones up here who are going to just suicide attack. Why not? As he loses his last building and is eliminated from the game. Okay, we got a Wraith play up here, it looks like. 2-port Wraith from black player. Why not? It's a good move, I suppose. Blue's taking their choke with cannons. Getting gas, but not really using it. Don't even have a cyber core. Cyber core spinning over here, so he's swapping out of zealots and going to dragoon production, it looks like. And we got the Templar archive coming down, and he's popping DTs out. About a 6-minute DT, which is could be problematic. Got a bunch of Zerglings from red who's lurking. Blue and red coming down here. 3 Sunkens and Hydras. That's a pretty tough fight, but it looks like Blue says, you know, the Sunkens on the side are not going to do anything about me getting down here in the middle. And they're going to do some work down here. I'm just letting him sit. Oh, and this is why. Okay. And the Wraiths come over and catch the main with no cannons and nothing that shoots up, and looks like no cyber core either, so he can't pop out any dragoons, which is a problem for sure. Looks like this back door got bashed in by orange maybe, but chased back by Templars. And the DTs are going to come in and save the main of this white player. But the rest of them are just going to come right back in. Got scans for the DTs, but nah, that's too much. Everybody's down there to help. There's a whole party down here, lots of healing happening. These Wraiths are continuing to just utterly wreak havoc on our blue player up here. They don't do much damage, but they do enough to stop a cannon from being warped in, and he's pumping out. He's doing 2 of these at a time. Saying you're not going to have anything anywhere. Cannon's going to die. Got big problems. But in the meantime, Orange says, hey, if you're going to pick on my buddy with race, that means that do the math and I'll save you by addition by subtraction. We're going to subtract you from the game and save my friend. And he's going to get on top of this bunker. Tons of SCVs coming over to repair. There is a DT in the mix that I don't believe they have vision on. And this bunker just will not die over here. This DT is going to do some work. Blue's coming in with the last of his zealots. DT. We got some. He's microing the Dragoon to delay the DT, and then that allows him to take out the bunker. Well, says Black. And Black is looking like, yeah, Black has the blue Protoss here dead to rights. He can't hit these Wraiths with anything. But it looks like he's going to lose some of his. He's going to lose everything up here, I think. Although there is a DT, but Clutch Overlord comes for the vision. There's a DT running into this space, but looks like there is a Overlord from Red. So Overlord's got his Overlords Red's got his Overlords right where they needed to be. And it looks like that's going to be more coming in here. And I don't think they're going to be able to save this black player. Although the black player is pretty much taking blue out of this entire game. Coming back in, trying to kill that Overlord with a Wraiths, which is maybe a good idea, but I don't think the DTs are left anywhere. 3 gates, got a bunch of health. I think just like that, we're looking at a, it's kind of like a 3v2 game now, although I guess blue is still alive. These 3 Wraiths cannot be killed up in near his main, but... Oh, going for that command center. If you can get that command center over here or something, there is some defense that's been set up. Might be possible, but the command center is going to get caught and taken out. He's got money. I don't see any SCVs though. Oh, looks like he's lost track of these Wraiths and he's actually losing them. He could have easily killed the player up here. These buildings are getting caught here also. Frantically, completely denying blue. Blue's trying to save his last 3 probes. Got 1 Dragoon. That's all it took, is just that 1 Dragoon, huh? And these buildings are getting caught. There he goes. This last Wraith goes down. He leaves the game. And now we are down to a 3v2. Effectively, although still got those 4 probes. But we got 2 base. We got 3 base coming up. Lots of cannons. Pretty good defensive position. Makes a gateway to stall them. But they're going to jump on it. It's a little too much. Cannons are a little late. There's no support here. Got some DT, but the Overlord's there. They're going to cave this expo. Looks like. More coming out. Yeah, and then the yellow player is entering the field. He's been macroing up. Nexus goes down. Bringing the Overlord. Overlords are everywhere. Johnny on the spot, and our white player down here is turtling hard, which is not going to help, really. Yeah, yellow's breached the back. He's up there. It's not going to be much play here for a purple player for very long. We got a GG call. I think the rest of this game is just destruction. So that's the end of that one. There you go. You got a sneaky 3-peat of Antihunters action. With a quick 3rd one on hot seat there. Dabman with the high score. Followed quickly by Mixed Weird. Pretty good play. I'd say Dabman's move to counter the Wraith player was pretty decisive. And the 4-on-1 rush against WLSXX was definitely the key to this one. It's kind of so that's the thing, right? Like, what do? You take out the other team's weakest player, or do you take out their strongest player? If you all gang up on the weakest player right at the start, there's a good chance you'll knock them out, but if you gang up on the strongest player, they might stick it out. But you gotta go for it, kind of, right? Over time, that's what happens in this game. Is the longer the game goes on, the more you realize somebody's better than you. The more hopeless you feel. So I kind of think that going after the strongest player is the best bet, even if chances of your rush failing are more. But you know, if you give weak players time, I mean, it's not that complicated, I suppose. Eventually, you make a bunch of guys, and then you can be in the right place at the right time. Anyway, there's 3 Antihunters / Hot Seat Hunters games for you this week, and they're good ones. So, hope you enjoy it, and I'll see ya on US West on Fridays at 10 Pacific Standard Time. It's B. Hartley Jarvis signing off.